Hi everybody,
Hi guys, Jill Morash here,
Eric Sava.
and we've got your next exercise video to keep you active and healthy and safe at home.
All right, Jill, what are we doing today?
Well, I want to talk about falls and fall prevention because falls are very, very serious. According to the Centers for Disease Control, seniors over the age of 65, 1 in 4 people over 65 will fall every year. And out of those falls, 1 in 5 of those falls will result in a serious bone fracture or head injury. And that's just no good. Eric and I, we've worked with a lot of people who have had to do rehab after falls. And, you know, the best fall prevention is to prevent it. We don't want to deal with the rehab afterwards.
We got to increase that lower body strength, increase that core strength.
Exactly. As we age, our muscles lose strength, right? So that means we're more vulnerable to falls. And our reflexes also slow down. So if we do start to lose our balance and start to fall, it's much harder to stop ourselves. So we want to try and stop those things from happening and take some prevention for that. So risks for falling can include a lot of things. So like we talked about, the muscle weakness and our balance issues. But there's other things like having throw rugs, clutter scattered on your floor, cords that are not tucked away, poor lighting at night. A lot of falls happen when you get up at night and move quickly and you can't see, you're trying to get to the bathroom. Another big place for falls to happen. It's actually in the bathroom, you're trying to get up off the toilet. Those kind of things. So we want to work on strengthening those. Other things that are factors are low vision issues. So make sure you're checking with your doctor, get your eyes checked to make sure nothing's going on there. Certain medications can affect your balance too, and sometimes your vision. So if you are noticing any newer changes there, make sure you talk to your pharmacist or talk to your doctor about those.
Or maybe even increasing the lighting in your home.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing you can do. You have a night light, something that's going to come on when you get up out of bed to go to the bathroom. Nobody wants to trip and fall and be stuck on the floor. Other things to be aware of is foot pain and proper or improper footwear. So you want to make sure you're always wearing comfortable shoes, or if you have foot pain, get those addressed. Check those out at your doctor. Those are the main things. So for today, we can't address your medical issues, and we certainly cannot replace the advice of your medical doctor. So before beginning, this is disclaimer alert. Always check with your doctor before beginning any new exercise program. So you can watch us today, but if you have any concerns, make sure you run it by your doctor first to make sure you're okay to do these things.
But you should do most. Should be able to do most of these.
Well,
yes.
It's basically functional fitness. Yeah. Functional fitness being things that you are going to be doing in your everyday life. We're just doing more of those because research shows that increasing your muscle strength, increasing that endurance, your balance, your flexibility, your mobility are all important things to keep us more active and independent as we're aging. So that's what we're going to work on today.
All right.
All the equipment that you're going to need is something like a can. Now this is just as something to walk around later, so it could be a can, it could be a cone. Just want to make sure it's something that you're not going to trip over. You're going to need a sturdy chair, something that's not going to tip over on you. One of the exercises is going to involve a sit to stand. It's also good to have a chair or a wall or a table or a counter close by. If you are a little bit concerned about your balance, it would be nice to have parallel bars in our homes, but we don't have those. So it's nice to have this kind of thing just as a backup for us. And the other thing that we're going to use is a step. Now, not everybody has an actual stepper step, but most of us have stairs in our home. So that's something else that we will be using. We don't recommend stacking books or anything like that because they could slide and slip, and we want to reduce the risk of falls, not increase them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's everything that we need.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to move this out of our way. What I want you to do is check your feet. If you're going to be participating with us today and you know you're okay to go ahead with doing some exercise, check that your shoes are tied up or Velcroed on properly. Check that your whole area is clear, that you're not going to trip or fall on anything. You don't have any dogs or cats or grandchildren running around that are going to trip you up. And make sure you're in somewhat comfortable clothes, you've had a snack, you've had some water, and you're good to go. I'm going to put some music on. Well, it's always important to do a little gentle warm-up before you're adding in exercises. Just a little bit of music. So I want you to just start standing tall and think about that belly button squeezing in towards your spine. So drawing those core muscles in is going to help you coordinate your upper body and your lower body, and that's going to help you stop from falling in a lot of cases just to start. So just start with a little walk on the spot. If you want to, we're gonna stay here because we wanna stay in the video for you. You can walk around your living room or your kitchen or your den or your basement, wherever you're watching us. Just get that little weight shift side to side. What we have for you today is 10 exercises, all really based in functional fitness, and they're gonna last about a minute each. So we just wanna warm up a little, get a little stretch in there in a minute. Get those arms swinging a little bit now. And again, you've got your chair close by or your wall close by if you're feeling tippy at all. And if this is a day where you are feeling really off balance, maybe not the day to do this video, make sure you're checking with your doctor, you're all good to go. Alright, so standing now, I want you to stand with your feet about hip width apart and a little tiny bend in your knees. So not a big bend, just a micro bend. Belly button squeezing in. I want you to put your hands on your hips if you can. Do little hip circles around. Just kind of warming up the joints. And again, if you're feeling a little tippy, you've got your chair. Good. Keeping your head up and your chest up. Good, 2 more this way. And now we're gonna stop and then change direction. Nice big breaths, getting your body ready to do a little bit of work. Nothing too scary. Okay, 2 more. And last one right here. What I want you to do is do a little reach up and a reach. Just as high as you can. Now I know some people have some shoulder issues, so just go as high as you can. And shifting your weight side to side, and you've got your chair close by if you need it. Still keeping a little bend in the knees and still keep those tummy muscles squeezing. That really does help with your balance. Got 2 more, and 1 more each. Good. Now this is a little bit trickier. This is where some people lose their balance when they're turning their head and they're moving their body at the same time. So keep close to your chair. I want you to just turn and reach one side. Nice and slow, turn and reach the other side. Turn and turn. Again, still keep the stomach muscle squeezing. The rest of your body staying tall. We're not leaning forward. Good. 1 more each direction. Nice. Let's do some little shoulder rolls now. 1 at a time, rolling backwards. Good. Big breath again. At any time throughout the whole video, if you're feeling dizzy or feeling, really out of breath, make sure you take a break. You can always put us on pause. Have a seat, have a little sip of water. And let's take it forward, rolling forward. Good. 1 more each. Good. Now I want both hands to reach up tall and then just bend forward a little bit. If your arms can reach up. If you can't, keep them here. You can either come forward a little bit this way, keep a little bend in the knees, and then come back up tall. And again, you can do this towards your chair. Here. If you feel like coming back up is tricky, and you know your body best, if this hurts your back, don't do it. Same with all exercises. Check in with your doctor. Good. 2 more. This is a warm-up, but it's also an exercise in itself. Good. And let's stand close to your chair if you need that for balance. We're going to shift our weight onto one foot, the little bend in that knee. See if you can lift that one up. And I want you to try some ankle circles. Right? It's important to keep the ankle joints mobile as well, especially while we're walking and moving. We don't want anything locked up there. And then turn the other way. So it's like you're trying to draw a great big circle with the big toe all the way in each direction. Good. And let's sit that one down. Shift your weight over to that leg. Little bend in that knee. We don't want to lock out the joint. Standing tall. Lift the other one and circle. Again, belly button still squeezing in. It does help with balance. I think Eric's ankle is clicking.
Good. Always the left one.
Always the left one. Let's go the other way.
War injury.
War injury again. Good. One more. Give that a little shake. All right, just a little shift side to side. That weight shift side to side. Knees are bent a little bit, remember. Tummy muscles still squeezing. All right, one more. And good. All right, little air. Wrists. We're gonna do some wall push-ups later, so I want to make sure wrists are ready to go. Oh, now my right wrist is clicking. How are yours?
Oh, they're fine.
See, we're all aging at different levels. Eric and I are in our 50s. So we want to stay strong and balanced and, functioning as well as we possibly can our whole entire lives. So let's go the other way. So we're trying to work hard to stay active. Spread the word to all of you guys. Keep you guys active and safe and healthy too.
That's right. It's all about longevity.
Yep. Good. And then just little crisscrosses with the arms. Nice and gentle. Open the chest and round it through the back. Big breaths here. What's that saying? It's not the number of years in your life, it's the amount of life in your years.
That's
something like that.
That's a good one.
Yes. I think Abraham Lincoln may have said that. I know it's been said many times, but it is really important, right? We don't want to just live longer where we're kind of stuck at home, not able to do much for ourselves and relying on other people. We want to have lots of life in our years so we can enjoy grandchildren and going hiking and all those things that we dream of doing when we're younger, but then don't realize all these other things can creep up on us.
Vitality.
Vitality, exactly.
That's
All right, we want to have vital life. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, not that we've not been doing stuff already, right? If you need a little sit down, go ahead. You can put us on pause, have a little sip of water if you need to. We're going to do heel and toe raises. So part of your lower body strength, people often think of just the thigh muscles, right? The quadriceps and the muscles at the back, the hamstrings. We got to remember we're connected to the ground from our feet and our lower legs. So we have muscles in the front of our shins and muscles in the back that we got to work as well. And a lot of people will do just heel raises, right? You're coming up on your tiptoes, but they forget about the front, right? And number one reason, or one of the reasons for falling, is that we don't pick our feet up and we can trip and fall. So we need to be able to lift our toes up as we're walking. So we have to actually practice that. So we're going to do a toe raise and then a heel raise for a minute, back and forth. So Eric is going to demo the option where you could do this as a walking form, where you could walk on your heels, walk on your toes. You could do the full 30 seconds on your heels, full 30 seconds on your toes, up to you, or switch a little bit back and forth. It does get more tiring staying on your heels with your toes up, especially if you haven't done it very much. Okay.
So I'm going to start walking on my toes.
All right.
Back and
Everybody
forth.
ready? Belly button squeezing in. If you're following me and we're not quite ready for the walking, you can stay close to a chair if you need it, especially when you come up on those tiptoes. It's a little harder to stay balanced, and it's better that you use the chair and really work those muscles than hardly go any height and let go of the chair, right? So hold the chair, work the muscles, squeeze the calf muscles when you come up on your tiptoes, lower down, and then lift those toes up. Now, the thing that a lot of people do, a lot of our clients, I know, when they go to lift their toes, they stick their bum out because it's easier,
All right,
right?
I'm going to start walking on my heels now.
So I want you to do this. If it's too hard to lift both toes up together, you can lift one toe at a time. You do heel, toe, toe. So you're still trying to stay tall. We've got about 10 seconds left. Nice big breaths. And 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and a little break. Good stuff. How did that go? You can let us know in the comments below how you're finding the video, if you need any modifications, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. All right, the next exercise is going to be high knee marching. So that's going to require shifting your weight side to side, belly button squeezing. You can hold the chair or have a wall close by if you like. You're going to shift, lift one knee, and then slowly down and shift the other one. So we're not going super fast here. The whole idea is that you're balancing on one leg and lifting. So using hip flexor muscles, lower abdominal muscles, feet are working, ankles, front of the shin, back of the calf, hips are working. It's amazing how one little exercise is working so many muscles. Good. And again, if you're feeling like you're going to tip over and fall, hold that wall or hold that chair. You can go light, like one finger even can make a big difference. So you can keep those toes up at the same time. So rather than let it drag, keep the toes up too. So we're still working the front of the shin. Good, go as high as you can. See if you can get it to 90 degrees or above. Standing tall, don't forget, squeeze the belly button in. Get 10 seconds left. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Little breather. Relax for a sec. We're gonna do same idea, except we're gonna step to the side now. So if you feel like your balance is a little bit off, keep close to a chair or a wall. You could either travel further, we're going to do side stepping with high knees, or you could just stay in place and step 2 steps and 2 steps.
Okay.
So we're good. So Eric, you're probably going to turn sideways. So I'm going to step to the side. So imagine you're stepping over a little hurdle each time. All right, be close to something if you need it. And you want to try and keep those toes forward. This is pretty tricky for a lot of people. You might find one leg is easier to lift than the other. When you're a little bit more advanced and feel more confident with this, you could even put something on the floor that you have to step over, as long as it's something you're not going to trip over, promise me. If you have somebody around who can help you out with this, that's great. Help spot you and supervise you. Good, toes are forward. Tendency is people want to turn their foot to the side, so don't let yourself do that. Keep the toes forward, in line with those hips. All right, 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and done. Big breath. Hope it's going well for you so far. Let's do a little shift side to side. Next one we're gonna do is a toe tap. So what I want you to do is think about the face of an analog clock. So imagine you're standing in the middle of that clock, and in front of you, you have your 12 o'clock, you have 3 o'clock at your right side, you have your 6 o'clock behind you, and you have your 9 o'clock to your left. So this is gonna help you with catching your balance. So say you lose your balance and you have to be able to shift. We're gonna do toe taps first, and then the next exercise will be an actual lunge. So these are really good at helping with reflexes and balance. So what we're gonna do is stand on our left leg first. We're still in the middle of our clock. That knee is a little bit bent. Standing tall, you got your chair close by if you need it. Eric's gonna do it without a chair. So you're gonna take your right foot and tap about where the 12 would be, then bring it back to the center. Then tap to the 3, and then back to center, then tap towards the 6, back to center, switch your foot. Then the other leg is gonna go. Now the right knee has a little bend, left foot, tap to the 12, and back, tap to your 9, and back, and then tap to your 6, and back. And a lot of people will find tapping backwards a little bit awkward, that's okay. Stay close to your chair or your wall if you need it. So we're gonna do that for a minute. Okay, you can go at your own pace. If we're too fast or too slow, go with what works for you. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's tap. Right and left to the 3, then back to the 6. Switch your feet. Left foot, 12 and 9 and 6 and center. Right foot, 12 3, 6, and center, left leg, 12, 9, 6, and center, right foot, 12, 3, 6, and center, left leg, 12, 9, 6, and center, a couple more times, 12, 3, 6, and center, 12, 9, 6, and center, 12, 3, 6, and center, 12, 9, 6, and center, one set left each. 6, and center, last one, left leg, 12, 9, 6, and center. Good stuff. So for a more advanced challenge, if you want to try a little bit harder, we're not going to do it all today, but just to give you the idea, you could go for that 12 and then go for the 1, and then the 2 and back, then the 3 and back, 4 and back, 5 and back, 6 and back, and then even go for this one, 7 and back. Oh, that's a lot harder, right? And then you would do the same thing other side. You go for your 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and then go for the 5 and back. All right.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge. If you want to practice that a few more times, you go for it. All right. So we're just starting with basics. This is 101, right? Fall prevention 101 for senior strength and balance. All right. So the next step, I told you we're going to do lunges. So clock face lunges. So we're still standing on our imaginary clock. 12, 3, 6, and 9. Now we're going to imagine somebody has bumped us from behind, bumped us from the side, bumped us from the front, right? Bumped us from the other side. How are we going to regain our balance? I've worked with clients who have had falls from being bumped into in like the subway station or waiting in the line for the bus, and these are seniors, and they're literally feeling themselves fall, but they just can't get their feet out underneath them, where they're imagining, their brain wants them to do it. Legs are just not doing it because they haven't practiced. So this is really important to prevent the fall. Practice these things ahead of time. So we're going to start the same way we did before. Stand on that left leg with a little bit of a bend in the knee. Abs are squeezing. Have your chair first if you want to. I'm going to do small lunges. Eric's going to do a little bit bigger lunges. But now we're going to pretend somebody's bumped us from behind and we have to catch our balance. We're going to step forward. Now if you have knee issues, you don't want to bump hard. You want to go carefully. And then push and come back. Then you're going to go towards that 3. Same idea. Somebody's bumped you from the other side. Catch yourself and then push and come back. Now you're getting bumped from the front. Oh, come back. Catch your balance. Come back here. Now we're going to do the same thing other side. Stand on that right foot. Left one. We're bumped from back. Oh, catch your balance. Push and come back. And pushing back is a big, really good strengthener. It's like leg press. Now we're bumped from this side. Oh, come out to the side. Catch your balance, belly button squeeze, push through your legs to come back up. Bump from the front, whoop, come on back, catch your balance. Okay, so we're going to do that a couple of times, and then we're going to try that on all the angles, all the clock face, 1, 2, 3, everywhere. So first round though, 12, 3, 6, and then 12, 9, and 6. Are we ready?
We're ready.
You're ready. All right, 3, 2, 1, go for that 12, and come back. Go for the 3. And back, 6, and back, left leg, 12, and back, 9, and back, 6, and back, one more side around this way, 12, and back, 3, and back, catch your balance, 6, and back, catch your balance, and then back. All right, now if that's going well for you and you feel fine, join us in doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way around the clock. Rock around the clock, right? If that's still pretty hard, just doing the basics, stay with that one for you, right? You know your body best. All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
We're gonna try all of them. Start with that right foot first. Bump into 12 and then back. We'll go for that 1 and back, 2 and back, 3 and back, 4 and back, belly button squeezing, 5 and back, 6 and back, and let's try even harder. Go for that 7 and back. If that's too hard, don't do it. Now left leg, 12 o'clock and back, 11 and back, 10 and back, 9 and back, 8, and back, 7, and back, 6, and back, and let's go for that 5. Oh, 5, and back. That's a whole lot harder, right? If you have major knee issues, don't do that one. But again, we're not coming down super low here. It's just catching your balance. Sometimes we do have to go back that far. If you get bumped or chip and fall, we want to be able to catch ourselves. All right, how's everybody doing so far? Very good. All right. So that's a great one to practice any time of the day, right? A few times a day, as many times as you can go around your clock, both directions. All right, next up we're gonna do wall push-ups because we also want to work on that upper body strength, all right? So we want to strengthen the front of the body, we want to strengthen the back of the body. 2 options. I'm gonna use a wall. Now, for anybody who's a little bit more advanced or has really had to work hard on getting up from the floor, this is another option. Eric's going to show you the chair. So imagine you've had a fall and you've managed to crawl over to the chair. You have to still be able to push hard enough to be able to get yourself up. So Eric's going to show an option where one foot is down and he's pushing himself up, some on one side, some on the other. And if that's still relatively easy for you, maybe you've got some pretty strong upper body strength, you could do a full incline push-up this way. He's keeping his belly button really squeezing, keeping his body in line. His hips are not sagging down, right? So he's protecting his back and he's only going as low as is comfortable. I'm going to do it from the wall. So your feet are out from the wall. They're about hip to shoulder width apart. Place your hands about shoulder width apart. Belly button squeezing. You're going to lower yourself towards the wall. Elbows come out and then push back. Knees are soft. Forward and back. We're going to do about a minute's worth or 30 seconds worth. So take your time. Eric's going to do about 30 seconds per leg. Push. Keep your belly button squeezing. Chest is working. Shoulders are working. Arms are working. Right. To make it easier, you can bring your feet closer to the wall. Right? It's a lot easier. What's that?
Switching legs?
Yes, switch legs at this point, yes. And if that's too easy, too close, you can bring your feet further back. And then if it's still too easy against the wall, then you're going to try it like Eric's doing. We got about 15-20 seconds left. If you need to take a break, you do that. Right. Let's get 2 more in. And then come on up. Good stuff. We're going to come back to that afterwards. Right now, though, we're going to work on the back. So we're going to come back to not doing more push-ups, but similar position. We're going to come against the wall. We're going to stand with our feet a few inches from the wall, about shoulder width or hip width apart. Belly button squeezing in, as always. You're going to try and bring those hands up and back. So you're in this position against the wall. And I know a lot of you are going to go, what? My hands don't go anywhere near the wall. Mine didn't either a few years ago. I could only get to about here. My shoulder flexibility was not that great. So I have worked on this. Now my hands can go here. No worries. So whether you can touch the wall with the back of your hands and your elbows or not, it's still a useful exercise. So we're going to try not to super arch the back. Try and keep your body against the wall. You're going to try and slide those hands up. So you're kind of making a W with your arms. And then slide them back down. And when they come down, push against the wall with squeezing through the shoulder blades. Slide them up and slide them down. Back and forth. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And if you just can't get those arms up at all, just work on squeezing back here. And if you've got shoulder injuries and the arms just can't come up, keep them down here and you're going to bring back and squeeze. Bring back and squeeze. Whole idea is that you're trying to work the muscles in between the shoulder blades and all around here to help strengthen the muscles in the back. Those little pauses. Squeeze to the back. Squeeze higher. And squeeze lower. Yeah, about 5 seconds left, I think.
4,
4, 3,
2,
2, 1. All right. Well, relax the back. Do a little shoulder roll. some little huggers, forward and back. Loosen up the shoulders. All right, so coming back to the wall or your chair. I'll show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move my chair over. So it's gonna work the chest and the back and the abs and down here. We're gonna hold against the wall. It's kind of like a mountain climber. Push against the wall, then you're gonna lift one leg, sit that one down, lift the other leg. So Eric's demoing from the chair. It's a lot harder down from the chair because he's having to hold up more of his body weight. So if it's pretty hard, come closer to the wall and work on holding the wall and lifting. Shift your weight, lift your knee. Or come back a little further. Keep your belly button squeezing and your back nice and straight.
Now, if you're doing it off a chair, make sure your chair is up against a wall or on a surface that won't slide.
Very good tip. Safety tip.
Or
Yes.
you will go for a ride.
Yes, we don't want
Yeah,
that.
That rides.
We're not doing sled push today. We want a sturdy, stable chair. Yes. Nice and controlled. Let's do 2 more each. And the last one each. Good stuff. Come on up. All right. Give a little shake. Our next one is going to involve using a stair or a step. So if you've got a set of stairs at home, doing stair climbing on a regular basis, not just to get yourself upstairs to bed at night, actually use that as an exercise. Do a few extra sets of it every day if you can. We're going to use our step because we don't have any stairs right here to show you in our little gym. For those of you who are feeling slightly off balance and this is a new exercise for you, I want you to make sure you've got a chair close by if you have a step or something you can use, or you're going to use a railing. Hopefully it's a nice sturdy railing in your hallway or wherever your set of stairs are. We're not going to do a whole set of stair climbing today. We're going to do exercises involving step ups. So just one step. So if you have a staircase at home, you could just use that bottom step and use the wall or the railing if you can. So number 1, we're gonna shift our weight onto our left leg, belly button squeezing, slight bend in that knee. We've got the railing if we need to. We're gonna place our right foot on top, and I want you to think about keeping your weight more in your heel and engaging the bum muscles. So you're gonna push up to come up, and then you're gonna come back down. So we're gonna do right, left on top, then right down, left down. Right up, right down, left down. So the right leg is doing all of the work right now. So if you find that this is pretty hard on your knees, you could do like 3 or 4 or 5 on one and then switch up. We're gonna do 30 seconds one side and then 30 seconds the other side. Trying to keep weight in the heel as you come up, keeping that body upright. I know a lot of people when they climb stairs, they're doing this and pulling themselves up. We're doing this as an exercise to strengthen the muscles. Knee is staying behind the toe as we come up. Good, about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, come on back down. Take a big breath. All right, so now we're gonna do it with our left lead leg. So shift your weight over to the right, left foot comes on top. Now think about that left heel is gonna take the weight, that left glute or bum muscle is going to really help you. Belly button squeezing, push and come back up top, and then lower back down. So we're going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Belly button squeezing. And you're going to go at your own pace, of course. Nice and controlled, staying tall. That railing if you need to, but if you don't, try it without. More core stabilizing muscles have to work if you're not holding on. About 8 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on back down and breathe. How'd that go?
That was great.
You're good. All right. Feel the legs are working. So anytime the bigger muscles are working, you are pumping more blood throughout your body, your heart rate is accelerated, you're gonna feel it a whole lot more than just doing standing bicep curls, for example, which are also good, but this is gonna get your heart rate up a little bit more. So we've done step ups from the front, but it's also really important to strengthen all the muscles around the knee and the hips with sideways too. Now we don't generally have to climb our stairs sideways, but this is a nice exercise to help strengthen all those muscles. So again, you've got your wall or your railing close by. I want your toes facing away or facing directly this way, perpendicular to your stair or your step. So then when you step up, you're gonna have your foot on the inside of the step close to the little riser, so you have enough room to bring your other foot up. Then you can come back down and down. Up, up, down and down. Feel the muscles through the hip working as you come up. Keeping that chest up tall, tummy muscles squeezing. And again, if you could only do 3 or 4 or 5 on one side before it gets feeling too tired, then by all means switch up, back and forth, back and forth. We are going to do the other side after this, of course. And if you can, try it without holding. Core stabilizing muscles have to kick in more. Still tall. Let's do 2 more each. And last one. And down. Good. Big breath. Now you're going to turn around and do the other side. Now I have my railing behind me if I need it. Eric is going freestyle, no railing whatsoever. So again, you go at your own safety and comfort level, what you need around you. Again, belly button squeezing in nice and tall. Stepping up now with the right leg and up, down and down. Keep those toes facing forward. The tendency is going to be to turn that foot. I don't want you to do that. Keep those toes forward and forward when you come down. Nice and tall, belly button squeezing in. Feel these muscles working as you push yourself up. All the muscles, ligaments, tendons around the knee and the hip and the ankle are all working. Good. How long do we have left, do you think, Eric?
15 seconds.
15 seconds. I didn't check the clock on this one. 10 more seconds. Almost there. Again, go at your own pace. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Excellent. Take a big breath. I'm going to move our step out of our way so we're not going to trip on it. Get rid of our tripping hazards. Last exercise. You've already done 9 exercises. We are going to do a sit to stand. One of the most functional exercises of everything that we could do as adults, as children, as seniors, any age. We have to sit down on things and get up from things constantly. You know, from the couch, from the car, from the toilet. Really important to strengthen all of the muscles in the legs and the stomach muscles to get up and move. We're going to show 2 different options. I'm going to show just a sit to stand. And I'll show you from the side. And Eric is going to show you a time to get up and go. So this is an exercise that some physiotherapists will use to do an assessment for risk of falling and general endurance and strength and that sort of thing, just to see how many laps or rounds a person can do, starting from a seated position. And normally it's 6 or 8 feet that they have to travel. We're going to do a modified version of that for you today. How does that feel, Eric?
Oh, that's good.
So I'm going to take you through this. I'll show you Eric's first, and then I'll show you mine, and then you're going to pick which one you're going to do. So Eric is going to sit with his feet about hip width apart, and knees bent, with his heels under him a little bit, and tummy muscles are working. He's going to try to not push down from the seat. Try and have hands up and come up into a standing position, and then travel as quickly and safely as he can, one direction around the can, and then travel quickly back, sitting down safely. As soon as his seat sits on the seat, he's going to stand back up, and then go the opposite direction around the can. Some people find that they're only turning one direction and they lose their balance going the other way. So it's important to practice both directions. Good. And Eric's being careful when he's sitting down in the chair. He's not missing the chair. He knows where it is in space. All right, so that's one version. The backup version for that one is just sitting in a sturdy chair, and I'll show you a couple of different ways here. Again, feet are about hip width apart, weights in your heels, tummy muscles are on, hands can be in front, weight through the heels, squeeze, come on up, and then slowly come back down, reverse that. So we're gonna try not to do a lot of rocking to come up. If you find it's pretty hard, you can put hands on your thighs to come up, or you can push off the seat. Or if you have armrests on your chair, you can use those a little bit to come up and down. If you are fine with all of those but not quite ready for what Eric's doing, you can hold a soup can or something else at your chest to give a little bit more weight for those legs to have to work through. So now you're going to decide which one you're going to do, and then we're going to work on this for 1 minute. So I want you to, if you're going to do the time to get up and go like Eric's doing, think about what your distance is, and maybe you could practice this a few times, right? As you get stronger and stronger doing this video, maybe in 2 weeks' time, you can get 5 laps in, and then 8 laps in, and then 10 laps in. So you're going to count how many times you can get safely around the can or your cone or whatever it is, and sit back down again. Just make sure it's an item that you are not going to trip over.
What distance do you recommend?
It's about 6 feet.
Okay, that's about 6 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only that 6 to 8 feet. I think it's actually 8 feet, but
okay.
For our purposes now, whatever you're going to use, make sure you use the same distance in the future. So you're comparing apples with apples. Okay, we're ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. We're going to try not to bump into each other. I'm staying still.
For joking practice, fall prevention.
Yeah. I could do fall prevention for him. When you're doing your sit to stand, make sure you're trying to have weight evenly in each leg. You might notice that you might take more weight on one side than the other. So really focus that shift your weight over so you're incorporating that other leg. If you need to, hands are on your thighs. We have 15 seconds left. How many laps have you got in so far, Eric? You forgot to count, didn't you?
A few.
I wasn't counting yours. Good, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew.
All right.
High five.
High five.
High five
Nice
to
job,
all of you
everybody.
guys. Turn that down even more. All right, so use your chair again if you need that for your balance. We'll do a little bit of a cool down because if you're walking really quickly or working hard on your sit to stands, your heart rate's probably up a little bit. So I just want you to do little toe taps forward. Big breaths. Good. If you can, bring those arms up. Inhale up, and then exhale down. And again. Reach up as high as you can. And then bring those elbows back as wide as you can, like we were doing those W arm slides against the wall. Bring them down. Good. Now, if you can, bring those hands together in behind and open up the chest. Now, I know that's difficult for a lot of people, so if that doesn't work, just bring the arms back. Open up the chest as much as you can. Stand tall. And relax. Now bring those arms around front. See if you can bring them together and round out your back. So suck that belly button in, push your back out. And then see if you can bring your hands down to your knees. So you're here, knees are bent, right here. You're gonna bring your head and your bum up. So we're gonna do cat and cow. So this is cow, belly is relaxed, inhale here. And then reverse it, exhale into cat. So you're gonna tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and at the same time, squeezing through your belly button, round out your back. Then drop down into cow, head and bum come up. Inhale. And then one more time, exhale. This is really nice for back flexibility. And now walk those hands up slowly. Imagine you're stacking one vertebrae in your spine at a time. till you come all the way tall. Good. And now roll your shoulders. Big breaths here. And then roll them forward. Good. Hands on those hips, little hip circles. Hips were working. Let us know how the video went for you. Please give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you didn't, that's okay. Give us a comment. What didn't go well for you? What changes do you need? What kind of videos would you like? Let's change direction. Anything that you would like us to work on for you, we're happy to build an exercise program to help you out while we're doing these videos. And one more time. Good. Standing tall, let those shoulders relax. Head is in the center. I want you to do an inhale. And then exhale as you turn and look over one shoulder, just as far as is comfortable. And then inhale, center. Exhale and look the other way. Now back to center. Inhale here, you're going to tip an ear towards your shoulder with your exhale. The opposite palm can push down. You get this lovely stretch to the side of the neck. And then release the hand. Inhale, center, and exhale, tip the other side. Opposite hand can push down. We're not keeping shoulders up here. Keep them down. Good. Release that hand. Inhale, center. Now we're going to roll the head from one shoulder down to the other shoulder and then back in front. We're just working in the front, side to side. Good. And one more back. Now bring that head up to center. You're going to do a knee or a chin tuck back. So imagine you're pushing against a headrest, or you're trying to create a double chin, or somebody's trying to give you a kiss who's got nasty, wicked breath, and you just don't want that. So you're going to bring that head back, but we're making sure chin stays parallel. We're not going looking up or back. And relax. Get a little shake. Push this back. It's a really nice posture corrector. And relax. One more time. Push it back. And relax. One more. This is a really nice tension release. You're going to lift those shoulders up. Inhale. Squeeze as hard as you can. Even make fists. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Create tension. 3, 2, 1, and drop. Release it all. Shake it out. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale up. Squeeze as hard as you can. Create tension. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and drop. Shake it out. A little relax. Good. One more big breath up. And then exhale down. I want you to bring those arms around. Give yourself a nice hug and a pat on the back. Excellent work today, as long as you were actually trying some of it. Again, though, make sure you double checked with your doctor. You got to make sure that you are safe and ready to go to try any new exercise program. If you've been exercising all along, all of these exercises are ones that we're doing in our daily life. We're just doing more of them. So we're working on our endurance, working on our flexibility, our mobility, and our strength. Number one thing is strength, right? Lower body strength, whole body strength to help prevent those falls. We don't want to see anybody fall and get hurt.
No.
All right. Until next time, guys, stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy.
And make it challenging.
And make it challenging.
All right.
Exactly.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.